Well, here we are. Voila, inside it's clean, it's dry, no rain, no wind. I don't know if I can do it. Well, I want to see if I can take the crankshaft out without pulling the whole engine apart. Hopefully without taking the front cover off. First, I'll remove the belt, then the harmonic balancer, then the bed plate, which holds the crank in place. Instead of bearing caps, this has a bed plate which is huge, really strong. It's a really good idea actually. Very, very strong. So you'll never see one of these throw a bearing cap. So first the belt, harmonic balancer, then the bed plate. And then I'll see if we can successfully slide the crankshaft out of the oil pump. I'll quickly show you where the oil pump is. That's the oil pump there, and the crankshaft runs through the center of it. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, but I'm going to give it a go so that I can repair the bottom end without stripping the entire engine, which is a good engine. So anyway, I'll show it to you bit by bit. I think you all pretty well know how to take a belt off. I'll go and do that first, and then I'll show you how I take the harmonic balancer off. Alright, get a socket with a good bar. I'll put a screwdriver shaft in here to stop it turning while I'm undoing it, because you don't want, otherwise it'll just spin the engine. Take that bolt out. Seems to be quite a long bolt. We'll let the container later. Take this screwdriver out, stop it locking. Now, you've got to get a pulley. Alright, I'll show you in a minute how to put the pulley on. Alright, well, took a bit of fiddling to get this on, and it's not on as well as I would like. But it'll go on better once he's off a little bit. Hopefully it's on enough to get some movement. And I can get it on a bit better. It's only really grabbing with two. The third one is not really going on. It's a bit too bulky to get in there. So it will have to do with two if it can. I'd use the air ratchet, but I don't want to do any damage, so I'm going to do it slowly. Again, need to lock it up somehow. And I normally do that this way by putting a screwdriver through. This one's off completely now. Now it's on properly. It's got a little bit of a sealant groove, but it's not real bad. Nothing I can't polish up by hand. So there's the harmonic balancer. Don't know if you can see why you can never grab the pulley on the outside of a harmonic balancer. Never. Because it's bonded to the inside with a rubber ring, and this rubber ring absorbs vibration. That's why they call it a harmonic balancer. It absorbs any excess vibration. This rubber ring looks like it's in good nick, so I'll be happy just cleaning this up and putting it back and polishing this up, and should be good to go again. Alright, next step. Now, this bed plate is bolted on by two big bolts on either side of the bearing, but it's also bolted on by numerous medium-sized bolts in the outside, and also small bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen them all now. I'm not going to show you all of them because it's going to take way too long to show. The clip's going to be way too long, but I think you understand. It doesn't really matter loosening them, I don't believe, in which order, but they do have to be tightened in a certain order, which I'll show you once we get to it. But for now, I'm just going to rattle gun these all loose, and I'm going to leave the front and back too, because I need to put it in top dead center before I take it out, so that I can later line things up. I have a feeling we will have to take the front cover off, because you have to undo the front cover bolts at the bottom as well, because they go into the bed plate. We'll see. We may be able to just slip it out of the oil pump towards the back. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to give it a go. I still have the engine mounts attached as well, so they will have to come off first. Then I'm going to undo the bolts. I'm going to leave the back front two, the back two and the front two, and then find top dead center before I start undoing all the conrod ends. So leave that with me, and I'll film that later when I've done it. Alright, I've taken all of the back plate bolts out, apart from the back two and the front two, and I've slipped this on temporarily until it locked on. There's a mark here, I'll show you. That's your top dead center mark, and there's one on the cast here, TDC, top dead center, so I have to get those to line up. and also have piston number 1 at top dead center. So first I'll get it to top dead center and then see if that's the right one. I'm missing my really big long handled screwdriver somewhere. No matter how clean the workshop is, I still seem to miss stuff. So that is dead on. I'm trying to work out now. Yeah, this is number 1. It's the one furthest to the front. And it's top dead center as well, so it could either be exhaust stroke or compression stroke, but that doesn't really matter at the moment. And I guess it's not that important as long as you check it when you put it all back together. Alright, I'm going to take these last bolts out. I'm going to break away the bed plate. I'll take them out first. You know how to take bolts out already, I hope. These are glued on. There is no gasket in here, so you'll have to break the glue bond. Please do not forget to unbolt these. I still may, I hope it won't. It's possible if you leave them bolted in, or you will break it. I'm going to try and do it without breaking. I'll be stuck if I do, but I want to try and do this without stripping the entire engine. I've checked and double checked. I can't find any bolts that I've forgotten. All I need to do now is find good lever spots. Here looks the one. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too hard. To break the seal. I guess I haven't forgotten any bolts. Huh? Always be careful not to damage the mating surfaces. I think I can do it by hand now. There we go. That is your bearing cap. And for your information, those bearings look really good, which is nice. The mains may just need a balance. I've got plenty of room on the floor today because I cleaned up. And I'll lay it down. Alright, well that's today's clip. That's long enough. The next clip, I'm going to investigate. Damn, that's a small chain. I forgot how small that was. I'm going to knock all the pistons to top dead center as carefully as possible and see if I can get the nose of the crank out of the oil pump without taking the front plate off. I don't think I can, but we're going to give it a go. Eh? Next time, don't forget to share if you've enjoyed this clip.